The MCU is back, baby. Yes.
It's showtime.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back for another movie review. The movie that I'm reviewing for you today is Marvel's very first movie, back from the panorama, back on the big screen, out in theaters today. Black Widow. Yes, Natasha Romanoff's standalone film. Yes, after her death. AD. Okay. So anyway, the movie is directed by Kate Shortland. She has a small filmography. She does specialize in movies that take place in Russia and the UK and Berlin like that. So I think that's why she was tasked with this. I have not seen any of her work, but I did do a little research. So there's a fun fact there. The movie is starring Scarlett Johansson, of course, as Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow. Florence Pugh, you may know her from Midsummer. And also this small little indie film, y'all, called Fighting with My Family. She played a female wrestler from from start to her fame. So it was really, really cute, really good movie. You should check it out. It came out back in 2017 or something like that. David Harbour, you know him from Stranger Things. Rachel Weisz, you know her from The Favorite, that actually won an Academy Award, and the Mummy franchise with Brendan Fraser, the old one. Yes. Marvel. You know your girl is a Marvel girl. I'm a Marvel girl. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna get it together. The first MCU movie back on the big screen is classified as a action adventure sci-fi movie, clocks in at 2 hours and 13 minutes, of which I didn't feel any of it thanks to all of that bombastic action that was going on. The synopsis reads, a film about Natasha Romanoff and her quest between the films of Civil War and Infinity War. So listen, y'all. This is her quest between Civil War, when she became a fugitive of the Sokovia Accords, and Infinity War. Okay? So it's not an origin story, although there are some flashbacks that should leave you satisfied. Okay? So temper your expectations. This is not an origin story. We touch on it, we know enough, and be happy with that. That is all I'm going to say, because this is, of course, a spoiler-free review. If you're new to the community, welcome. If you're a returning squad member, you already know what this is. I watch movies, so you don't have to. I tell you what I like, what I didn't like, and everything kind of in between. No spoilers, of course. So I'll let you know whether or not you should go see it in theaters. And it's also streaming on the Disney Plus platform for an additional $30. So without further ado, let's get into the good. The good. Okay, the title person, Black Widow. ScarJo did an excellent job as always. She's totally always fantastic in this character. I never ever didn't buy her vibe, her acting abilities. She did embody Black Widow for me. And this one, actually, she did a little bit more in depth for me with the emotional weight that she had to carry, revisiting her family and going on this quest. And it was a really good look. It was a really good look. She's been doing this for 10 years now. She knows what the assignment is. Now, Miss Elizabeth Pugh, honey, If you have not gotten yourself into Elizabeth Pugh, you better go watch Midsummer. That girl ate. She is fantastic. I'm so glad that she's in the Marvel universe, and she stole every single scene she was in. This movie wasn't really like a send off for Natasha. This movie was pretty much her setup and origin story for her character, for Elena. And there is a running joke that is in the movie that I love. She was excellent with her action, the way she handled her action. I said, "Oh, we got a new action star coming on." She did really, really good with that action, girl. I'm telling you. And then she had these comedic moments, and I just really loved what her character brought. And she also, she can bring the emotion, baby. And so she did that. So David Harbour, he was great too. He was funny. And I think I'll get into that with the flaws. He was really funny. Him reminiscing. So he's playing like Red Guardian. He was their father figure, whatever. And Red Guardian is to Russia as to what Captain America is to America. So kind of like that kind of parallel. But him reminiscing over old times, some of the things that he has to do when he's does a stint somewhere, he's kind of showing his brute strength and how strong he is, baby. It is a mess. But he had a lot of comedic moments in there, and I thought he handled them very well. Rachel Weisz, she is stellar. She is stellar. Y'all be sleeping on Rachel Weisz. She is great as always. She's a little underutilized, but I think it wasn't that she was underutilized. I just wish she had more screen time because her character was so good. I loved it. She had a lot of intrigue, and she had a lot of just great character moments that just really, really propelled and really like jumped off the screen for you. Like, she was a badass. I loved it. I just wish she had more to do. So I'm not saying that she was underutilized, because she totally was not. I just wanted to see more of her. Taskmaster. I hear everybody complain about Taskmaster. I do have one complaint when I get down in the flaws, but whenever in the first and second act, when Taskmaster came on that screen, baby, I was shook. I don't know if anybody else was shook, but I was shook, baby. I mean, it was giving Terminator vibes. It was giving Winter Soldier vibes. Like, you better act like you know. You better put some respect on Taskmaster's name. The action was A1. The fight choreography, that's what I really enjoy about the Winter Soldier and the Black Widow, is the hand-to-hand combat. Those, you get a lot of that, not a lot of the whole the mechanics and the superpowers and stuff like that. The hand-to-hand combat was A1, top notch, and that's all about that. Okay, so the heart of the movie was basically centered around her family. While the family was strained, it still was a very apparent through line and a theme that was being communicated throughout the whole entire movie. And it ended up being very heartwarming. The spy espionage was a big cliche and a little predictable, but there were a lot of things that I didn't predict, but it was also very engaging. So it didn't really bother me that it was a little cliche, but it definitely gave me the intrigue that I like, and that was all with Rachel Weisz's character. So let's get into some of the not so good, or the flaws, or the bad of the movie. Not so much for a bad for me. I still really enjoyed the film. The suspension of disbelief was atrocious. When I say atrocious, I mean atrocious. Like, I'm trying to tell you, these are, this is a superhero movie. However, comma, these are just regular people. Feel me? And I felt like we was like veering off into Fast 9 territory. I was like, what's we doing? Oh, bitch, you got some wings? Did they make you a suit? Like, bitch, what you got? What's going on? Like, yeah. I was like, okay. Of course, because this was held back and pushed off, pushed aside, and all that stuff. There were no stakes to the movie. Little to no stakes. I won't say no stakes. Little to no stakes in the movie because of the placement of the movie, and we also already know Natasha's fate. So that didn't bode over well with me. The Taskmaster reveal was a little underwhelming. I really enjoyed Dracoff. Dracoff was a pretty good villain for the most part. Taskmaster, while it made sense, it just kind of felt a little off. And I'm not going to get into the reveal, but there is a reveal. I don't know. I just felt a way about it, and I just put it in the flaws because there was something that was a little underwhelming about it. Also, too, that is it for my flaws. Oh no, there's one other thing. It was something in the third act, right before the credits rolled. Something was going on, something was happening, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of faded to black. It either faded to black, faded to white, or something, and we didn't get no resolve. And I'm just like, well, what happened? It was like the filmmakers didn't know how to do it, or what the film was. It was a budget crunch, or I don't know what the hell just happened. I was like, wait, well, how did what? I just wanted to know. So anyway, that was that. There is a post-credit scene all the way at the end of the credits. So when I say post-credit scene,
5 minutes later,
I mean a post-credit after the 7 minutes that you sitting in the movies talking to the person, whoever you came in. For me, that was my son Kevin. So we was talking and everything. So yeah, the post-credit scene definitely shows that there is a future with Elena's character, and I won't spoil it, but yeah, it sets up the future of the MCU. Well, a piece of the future of the MCU. So yeah, you guys, that is my review for Black Widow. Did you like it? Did you hate it? You know, I think some people just don't like it because it's a female film. And you know, that's okay. Y'all can feel that way, but I bet you she can still kick your ass. How about that? How about that? So anyway, so y'all go ahead and y'all be mad, but the movie was good. And what I'm going to tell you to do is to go see Black Widow in theaters. Baby, that action needs to be seen on the biggest screen. Yes. We went to go see it in Dolby. Yes. Loved every minute of it. So for my diva recommendations, if you like Black Widow, you'll like Captain America, Winter Soldier, you'll like Captain America, Civil War, and you'll like Jason Bourne. All right. Yes, so those are my diva recommendations. And I also want to give Black Widow, while it's not the strongest of the franchises, it won't even crack my top 10. I definitely give it a 3.75 out of 5 stars. Yes. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and you make sure you come back and check the diva out for the next video. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye. And I'll let you know whether or not you should know or go stream it. Excuse me. And I'll let you know if you should know or go stream it. No.